To cut this skirt, you can trace out the pattern from any fitted skirt you have and either lengthen or shorten it. I will rather create my pattern. Here I am working with a soft super 4-way stretchy fabric. I will be using the following items: this jersey fabric with a 4-way stretch, a matching thread and other necessary sewing tools like my tape measure, thread cutter, rotary cutter, fabric scissors, a 1-inch elastic band, marking chalk with some rulers. From this fabric I made a bodysuit. I will begin by laying the fabric on the table. With the right side up, I'll place it over on the fold, considering the largest part of the measurement, which happens to be the hip. With my straight ruler, I will add a guideline here. Here I'll put the length of my skirt, which is 31 inches. Since the skirt has a 2 inches waistband, I'll take off the 2 inches waistband from the full length of 31 inches, making it 29 inches, then add up an inch seam allowance, then mark the 30 inches here and take it across. Here I'm going in with my straight ruler to square up the marks. This is the waist and this is the hem. On this waistline, I will add the hip length of 10 inches and take it across. Link up the marks. Since I'm working with a full stretchy fabric, I won't add a dart nor a zipper. I will cut it at my exact body measurement. On this waistline, I'll add the full waist measurement, which I divided by 4. On this hip length line, I will add the full hip measurement, which I also divided by 4. Finally, I'll add the hem measurement here, also divided by 4. Since my skirt is pencil, I'm not using my exact hip measurement to determine the hem. Rather, I subtracted 9 inches from my total hip measurement and divided by 4 to get my pencil hem. You can also go around your hem point with your tape measure to decide on what hem circumference is best for you. With my hip curve ruler, I will link up this from this point to this and this, creating a curve. Finish up with my straight ruler. I will add up a sewing allowance, then cut up my skirt. With this, my front panel is ready. I'll use this front panel to cut the back of the skirt. Here I'm putting my fabric on fold, then go in to adjust. I will lay the front panel on the fabric and adjust, then place my washers to hold it in place, after which I will cut out my back panel and transfer the hip measurements by clipping a notch. Finally, I'll cut out a rectangle of 32 inches for my waistband. Here I'm laying my fabric on fold with right sides facing. I will be creating a waistband width of 32 inches, which will be 16 inches on the fold with a 5 inches length including the seam allowance. Here I will mark out 16 inches since my fabric is on fold and add up half an inch seam for sewing, then square up. I will mark the length of 5 inches and take it across, then cut out and notch the center. With these 3 pieces, my skirt is ready for sew. To sew, I will lay the right side of one panel up and place the second panel on the one down with right sides together, then go in and match up the waistline, the hip and hem and pin down. I'll do same for both sides. Don't get distracted from the light flash. That is my daughter turning on and off the light. I wonder what she enjoys in that. Maybe the click sound. I'll sew close both sides as pinned with the added seam allowance. For the waistband, I'll put it on fold, pin on the sides and sew close as pinned. Let's go over to the sewing machine. Here I'm sewing the sides. Now I'm sewing the waistband. I take out the pins as I go. For the elastic band, it depends on how you would like it to fit. I cut out an elastic 1 inch shorter than my exact waist measurement and place one end of the elastic on the other end, add a pin to hold together, then stitch it using a zigzag stitch. To attach the elastic band to the waistband, I will put a mark on the midpoint using a chalk to make it easier when installing. Since I like this seam on my waistband to be on the left side of my skirt, I will fold my waistband into half and lay the open side up, then slide in the elastic and adjust it properly by linking the seam on the elastic band to the seam on the waistband and add a pin. Also go in and match up the marks on the elastic to that of the waistband all around. This is the waistband after adding the elastic band. I'll attach my label to the inner side. Over to the machine. Due to the dark color of my fabric, I will switch skirts to give you a clearer view. I'm stitching down my label. Here I'm doing a basting stitch to keep the elastic in the band. This is what my waistband looked like after feeding in the elastic. To attach this waistband, I'll decide on the front of my skirt. Still with the wrong side out, I will open up the waist and match up the right sides of both skirt and waistband, connecting their notches and pin down. I will match up the back, match up the sides and add up more pins around. I will sew this round. With my straight sewing machine, I will sew a little line on the elastic to keep it from rolling over. This is what it looks like. To finish up my skirt, I will fold over the hem at 1 inch and pin down all round. For this hem, I'll be using the cover stitch on my serger. You can also use a twin needle on your regular sewing machine to give it the same effect. I will sew round the hem. And here is the final look. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. And until my next video, do have a pleasant day.